Hello everyone, welcome to Daily Anime Reviews, the channel where we talk about seasonal anime on the daily, and today we're talking about Kaya-chan Isn't Scary, Episode 5. This has to be, by far, one of the most interesting episode. It did a lot of stuff, both for the world that was very interesting, and for some of the characters that were very interesting, as this episode is them going on a field trip to a forest to see some stuff, which I wouldn't be surprised if the next episode took place in the forest, but we'll see. It kind of started off weird at first because it felt like it was going to be a recap episode, which I only say that because JJK was going off a recap episode, and so I don't know why I assumed other anime would. It's so weird. But the thing with Kaya-chan is that this episode, I think for world building wise, did a lot of interesting things because Kaya-chan and the teacher end up getting left on the train on the way to the forest. So it's just one, two. And there's an asshole in like the beginning who like goes up to a bunch of kids to be like, you guys get on for free. So that means you guys shouldn't be standing up. And it's like, you are an asshole. You're a dick. You're a bitter old man who I know his wife left him for someone nicer. You're just an asshole. But he does, in my personal opinion, get his comeuppance. Because as they're riding, the reason Kaya got stuck on the train at first, where like you see her like running in place because she can't move, is because she is the train that they're on is actually filled with a bunch of ghosts, and that they got on like the previous stop that they got off on. And I think the interesting thing about that is Kaya even goes and says that none of the ghosts are actually problematic. It's just the actual dude who's being an asshole. And I think that's very interesting. It does. I mean, like, obviously you can infer that obviously not all ghosts are going to be bad. But it is nice to see the show be like, oh yeah, no, these ghosts don't mean no harm. They're just being people. Like, there's actually like nothing wrong with what they're doing at all. But there is like a ghost station, which Kaya prevents the teacher going off, which just means certain death. Also, that old man, Mo, who's like super obsessed with wanting to help Kaya and stuff like that. Look, I get he has good intentions, but that man can't be doing the things that he's doing. He's like stalking the both of them, like coming up and being the rescue in like inappropriate times, taking them away from the field trip. I'm like, bro, this has so many things of illegal like wrapped around it, and like the fact, and it felt like it was like an all day thing that they did, but like it wasn't, which was so weird. But but it's also interesting as well because they mentioned the fact that Kaya has a grandmother who's just as powerful as a psychic as she was, and so they go to see her, and then when they go to see her, I guess at like an old person's place, or like like a retirement home. There we go. I forgot the name of it for a second. They see that there's a bunch of ghosts that are also there, and even the dude mentions like, oh, those ghosts are fine. They're takers, which essentially means like they're just there to prep for the aspect of death. The people around there are very close to it, so they're just lingering around, which is a kind of somewhat of a nice thought, honestly, when you think about it. Like, yes, the ghost isn't harmful, the ghost isn't there to like harm you or force to take away from you too early, but it's just kind of there as a being to take your soul when it needs to take your soul and to potentially to cross the path, but also at the same time, like in a weird morbid way, it allows you to not be alone in death, which I like. But it also get really depressing because Kaya goes to get rid of one of the ghosts and the woman's happy, but then everyone in the nursing home starts freaking out because she's like, wait, she can get rid of ghosts? Hey yo, I'm gonna need you to do that for me. I'm gonna need you to do that for me because I don't want to die yet, dog. And I'm like, oh, that's depressing. I'm not gonna lie, it made me a little sad. But fast forwarding a little bit after they all deal with stuff and the mother actually makes an appearance. And actually, no, there is a little interesting lore that they put of if the taker is removed, that doesn't mean that you get to live forever. It's just the fact that you won't know when you're dying. And so it's like, there's a sense of comfort in that and not knowing when the inevitable might happen. But also at the same time, it's just, man, it's really fucked because now that like you're close now, but now you just don't know when it's gonna happen. It's like, well, fuck me, man. But Kaya ends up meeting her mother. But before that, the thing that was weird is that they went to go to her room The grandmother wasn't there because she came out to see what all the hubbub was about with Mo and him trying to deal with all the ghosts and old people trying to go after Kaya. And then when that happens, they go in the room and they see like a portrait of the daughter, but something's covering it and it feels ominous. So when Mo and the grandmother come back, they see Kaya and she freaks out. And she goes to Kaya and she's like apologizing. She's like, it's not her fault. It's not my daughter's fault. It's my fault. I'm not, or I guess it's Nana, but I'm assuming Nana is what she would call the mother. Or maybe even the aunt potentially. There's a potential for that too. I forget what Nana means. But she goes and she's just like, hey, don't take her. Take me. I'm the one that did it. I'm the one that deserves to die. And I sat there like, and you see there's a different look in Kaya and the way that she like looks and all that stuff. And the teacher kind of had the same thought I had in the sense of whatever was in that room in that moment talking to the grandmother was not Kaya. That was not Kaya, and I don't know what the fuck that is. But that's concerning on so many levels. And it also is actual precedent for some things because it seems like that the mother herself is also pregnant, but she's pregnant with some type of entity potentially. We never actually got into the consideration that Kaya might be a sort of entity. In what regards, I don't know. But it does make me think more that the mother has more direct involvement with the situation than we initially thought. But again, this adds another like interesting couple of wrinkles to the show. Again, I was not expecting Kaya-chan to give me such interesting quality when it comes to this stuff. But dude, it's doing a really, really good job. It is above what I initially thought it was going to. It's not the, like, you know, it's not like the world's best anime, but it is notable, and I feel like worth mentioning the quality that is at. But with that being said, let me know if you liked this episode or if you hated this episode, and you can tell me how you feel about the season so far down in the comments below. And if you like this video and the content I put out, why don't you head and give a like to this video and subscribe to the channel so you know when we upload the daily anime reviews every single day. And if you want to keep track of when we upload them every single day, go ahead and put the bell notifications on so you can get tracked on when we upload every single day. My name is Mize. I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.